Welcome back to the channel, my YouTube family. How are you doing today? Tis me, G4, and we're back with another episode of Life Behind the Sticks. And today what I thought I would do is we're going to cover the importance of digital media and digital marketing for your channel, mostly for YouTube, but you know, if you might get some stuff out of this if you're uploading to the socials on a regular basis. Okay, let's get into it. In this modern era, there are so many images, and we are very much a community, a global community that rely on images for our decision making on all the different social media platforms. In fact, you will find that people, especially on their phones, are attracted by certain things, and they won't click into stories or videos or whatever if the imaging isn't to their liking. Also, somewhere around your say your YouTube channel, your Twitch channel, whatever, Facebook Live, if they happen to come across your channel, they're going to make a split-second decision on whether that channel is for them. And so imaging and the way that you market and brand your own channels, and even your Instagram account or whatever, your Twitter account, is very important, because it very quickly determines whether somebody is going to stay and look around or whether it's just not what they're looking for and they move on. And those decisions are being made in split seconds all around the world every day. Millions and millions of people are relying on imagery and digital media and digital marketing for the decision making. So the video I'm going to show you today was, I did come across it the other day. I did start to put this together last year, so there are a lot of references to 2021, and there's a lot of references to some of the thumbs that I was using back then. But all the content and my opinion on why digital media and digital marketing is so important is still very relevant today. I hope you're going to enjoy this one. I think it's very important for you to get the key points here, and hopefully it will help you with your own social media exploits or your YouTube channel or whatever you're doing with digital marketing. So you might have heard that first impressions is the lasting impression, and when we're talking about YouTube content and the way to drive traffic, the first thing that anybody is going to see is your thumbnail, and it is the most important thing that you can do, is spend the time having a thumbnail that looks good and is going to attract the eye. It's something that I've struggled with in the last few years that I have been working on YouTube to get a consistent look. And you would have noticed recently we have decided to go back and completely revamp the channel's thumbnails, completely redo them and make them a little bit fresher and a little bit brighter. And the main reason for that is to attract people and make them come to the channel and stay with the channel. So let's discuss why that is so important and what you can do to work on your thumbnails on your channel. So I'm going to run I'm going to use the example of the thumbnail that's going to run in the background. I'm actually going to run this thumbnail that I had for Ghost Recon Terminate event. And you'll see the footage in the background where I actually give it a complete overhaul on the thumbnail as an example. So YouTube is a very visual platform, and as you can imagine, there are millions and millions and millions of videos and channels and all kinds of content that are available to the consumer, to your subscribers or potential subscribers across the world. So the kind of first objective for you to do is to attract those potential new subscribers to your channel by having something that is like a big kind of beacon, a big light there to say, ooh, look at that, amongst the visual landscape that is YouTube thumbnails. And you'll see with some of the footage they're going to put up, there are just hundreds and hundreds of thumbnails, and yours has got to stand out. Now, this is all about branding your channel and making it look attractive for people to come and watch your content. It's one of the most important things that you'll ever do for your channel, and it is basically visual marketing for your channel. So the thing that I've struggled with in the last few years is to try and get a consistent look that will attract viewers and is kind of consistent across the whole channel. It's not an easy thing to do. It takes some time, and you're going to have to just try things. I've tried many thumbnails over the last 3 or 4 years, and tried to analyze some of the content that does get very big views, and maybe look at the thumbnail and try and figure out why it has attracted people to the channel. That's not an easy thing to do, but I can tell you it's probably worth spending more time creating your thumbnail than it is actually creating your video or your content, because it really needs to represent what you're about as a channel, what your brand is about as a YouTuber and as a content creator, and plus it's got to kind of at least pique somebody's interest and give them some idea of what the content, the specific video or content they're watching is going to be about. So there's a couple of tricks that you can use in your thumbnails to be able to achieve all of this. More recently in 2021, I have been going with very bright colours, and that's been done very, very deliberately to attract people. And adding a little bit of mystery. So I actually was very traditional in my layouts for my thumbnails. There would be, kind of maybe a picture of the game. There would be the title of that particular episode. There would be the logo of the particular game, and there would generally be the Gaming for XP logo there too. I've gone away from that now, and I've started to add a little bit of curiosity or mystery into my thumbnails at times, and using the less is more kind of strategy. And this is something that it's interesting that you actually don't need to clutter up your thumbnails as such. One of the things that will work for you are the colors. Another thing that will work for you is something that is familiar to the viewer. There is some research that suggests if there is a familiar object in your thumbnail, you're more likely to get people to click on your content than if there's not something that isn't familiar. The other thing that you should consider is the human face, and especially with some kind of expression on it. And then if you are going to use some text, then something that is obvious enough, but it has got a little bit of mystery about it. And you can see the thumbnail that we're showing now, which shows the kind of one of my up and coming COD videos, or it probably has already been published by the time I'm talking to you, but you can see the kind of elements that I'm talking about, where people curiosity are piqued, and they're going, that needs further investigation. So there are always some check boxes that you can put in your thumbs, but have some fun with them. Make it reflect what you're about. And I've gone back and actually redone a whole lot of things on the channel lately, and freshened them up and tried to just pique people's interest a little bit more than normal, and have some things that you probably wouldn't expect me to have, like a monitor on my head, for instance, for the refresh rate video, and just see if that works. So it for me, it's been a little bit of an experiment. But one of the things that I would ask you to do is now understand how your viewers or your subscribers or potential viewers are viewing your channel. What devices are they using to view your channel? Now, a lot of my viewers are viewing my content on iPhones or iPads or something, or a similar type of device. So you can see that I did take a little bit of a video there, which I'm showing you now, just how small potential an iPhone thumb might be. So what I encourage you to do is go and try and look at your own thumbnails on a number of different devices and just see if they catch your eye or not. Another thing you can do is go to the homepage of YouTube and where all the thumbs lie. Scroll down so the screen is filled with thumbs. Shut your eyes for 1, 2, 3 seconds and open them again and see which thumbnail sticks out. Now, of course, you can do this with your own channel and just see what thumbnails that your eyes naturally drawn to. And once you figure out that, then you are going to be a long way down the path of figuring out what works and what doesn't work as far as thumbnails go in general, and then for your own channel. So it's a quick, simple kind of thing to do, but I can tell you it's helped me a lot to try and figure out a few things on whether I'm on the right track, what thumbnails in the past I'm drawn straight to, and what adjustments to make. I'd also say that this extends to your channel. As I said earlier, you should be thinking about the way your channel looks, your videos look, your thumbnails look, and they should all kind of blend in together. Now, that can be the font you're using, the colours that you choose, whatever it might be, your logo, everything. There should be a cohesion in the way your channel looks, the way your thumbnail looks, the message that it sends to potential new subscribers when they visit your channel for the first time. And it is quite an overall strong picture of what I'd recommend you really spend some time thinking about, looking at, researching, and then try a few things and just see what makes a difference for you. Now, I'm going to leave you this is the very last thing I'm going to show you is we've been showing you a little bit of photoshopping in the background of this Terminator thumb. I just want to set these side by side and show you where we started and where we finished, and you can make your decision on your own whether what we originally had as the thumb or the new thumb that we came up with was the right one or would attract viewers to your own channel. And just have a look at how simple the second thumb, what we come up with, is compared to the first one, and how uncluttered it is, but it still sends a message. So you don't have to do a lot, you don't have to spend a lot of effort in putting lots and lots of logos and texts and graphics and all kinds of stuff in your thumb to make them extremely effective. And I would say less is actually more. The less you have, the more powerful it will be, as long as it's relevant to the content that you are you're putting out. So there you go. There's my 10 cents worth on digital marketing and about why I think imagery and the way that you brand your own channels are very, very important. They are my opinions. If you've got anything to add, I'd love to hear from you. Also, this channel has always been about helping people and helping sharing ideas with my community, so that we all learn and grow together. Hopefully some of these are very, very useful. If you'd like to see me do a feature episode of Life Behind the Sticks where I actually show you how to build a thumbnail in Photoshop like we have with some of the background imagery that we showed you today, I'm happy to do that. Again, leave me a comment and I'm happy to do an episode like that. A like, a rating is always appreciated. It does help the channel more than you would know. 8 out of 10 cat owners say that subscribing to Gaming for XP is very, very beneficial to you and to your pets. So consider subscribing if you're not already subscribed to keep up with everything on the channel. And we'll catch you next time on Life Behind the Sticks. See ya!